Hey everyone, thanks for joining the replay. This is Jennifer with Wellness Mindset. I am going to make a quick caprese salad. Look at all those yummy ingredients. Let me show you something really cool. You know, my mom, total green thumb. Me, not so much. But I learned a few things. Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. This is, let me turn this around again. This is my little basil garden. Can you see that with the sunshine breaking through that? Isn't that the prettiest thing? And this is my ficus tree. So I'm really quite happy that I did not kill my basil because I love basil. Let me walk us back inside here. But I decided just recently I would make a yummy basil salad. And that's a caprese salad. And it has burrata cheese. I'm going to pop this back in my little stand here. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me on the replay or live if you're here live with me. Can you see that okay? I'll adjust that. Wait till I show you. I'm going to show you what my stand is. Here's my stand. That is my stand. It's my utility rack for my kitchen stuff. Anyway, that is how I roll. Hello. All right, I'm going to show you this caprese salad if I can get my little thing. You know how you practice this beforehand and then everything was working just fine, and then when it comes time to actually do it, nothing's working. There we go. That's kind of working, except for the sun's a little bright. Let me turn that off over here. Hold on. Or not turn it off, but lower the shades a bit. Okay, so hopefully you can see that better. So I'm going to show you how to put together a caprese salad, and it's the ridiculously easy, tastiest salad you could possibly make. You're going to get your fresh basil, and I have it obviously in my garden, thankfully, because I haven't killed it yet. And I'm glad I don't eat ficus leaves because I killed my ficus plant. I'm trying to resurrect it. But you can make it with, I make it sometimes with croutons. I just take a French bread loaf and slice it up and put it in the oven and toast it. Or you can just actually layer the cheese and the tomatoes on basil leaves. And it's super easy. And you know what else is really yummy to do is for the dressing, you're going to take balsamic vinegar and make a reduction of it. I'll show you how to do that in a second also. And then you're going to take some extra virgin olive oil and infuse it with basil essential oil so that it has this amazing basil aroma with it. So if you're just joining me, welcome. My name's Jennifer. I love to cook and I love to teach and I love to share, ideas on how to use essential oils in your daily life. So I'm going to take these tomatoes. These are just some really good pearl tomatoes. Hi everybody. Thanks for joining me and also for sending the hearts. I love that. By the way, I got this amazing knife for Christmas for my husband. Isn't that beautiful? And super excited. It's my first really good, nice knife. And it actually works really well on tomatoes. You can't see it very well because of the angle here. Let me see if I'll trade spots with my plate here. See if you can see it a little better while I'm cutting. I'm telling you, there's nothing better than having a super good knife for cutting tomatoes. Look at how it just goes right through it. Isn't that the worst when you cut with a knife and it just shreds your tomatoes? So I like these pearl tomatoes because when you go to slice them, look how small and cute that is. They're sweeter, I think, than the good cherry tomatoes. They're definitely sweeter than Roma can be sometimes, and they fit perfectly on a basil leaf. So I get these ones are from Trader Joe's, and some of you clever, competent people who know how to garden better than I do can probably grow your own. But these are pearl tomatoes, and so they fit nicely on the basil leaf. So you just take your pearl tomatoes and stack them. So can you see my plate here? I'm just stacking them right on top of the basil leaves so that when I go to eat it in just a minute, it's going to be this just one little bite of deliciousness. So this is a special type of mozzarella cheese. It's called burrata. Can you see that? Mozzarella cheese really should be bought not in that plastic wrapper unless you're doing it on like a pizza for kids, I guess. But if you buy mozzarella in the liquid still, it's so moist and so flavorful. And people will think you're just this most amazing chef. And really, it's just how good the cheese is. But burrata is a special kind of mozzarella cheese that has been allowed to stay soft in the center. So can you see how beautiful that is? And they actually just take it and wrap it up and kind of pinch it off here and make it fresh like that. And what's important about burrata is that it needs to be used up pretty quickly as soon as you open it. So I'm just taking the burrata cheese and I placed it on top of the leaf of basil and on top of the tomato. And if you look, you can see that on the center of it, it's almost like cottage cheese when it comes out. So I just cut off a few little chunks of that And then this is where it gets fun, and kids would love this too, by the way, because it gets a little bit messy. So take your basil leaves like this, and take your tomato slices and put a tomato slice on top of each one of the little leaves. Sometimes if the slice is a little bit big, just cut it in half and it'll fit really nicely on those little leaves. You know, this is a great appetizer to throw together for a meal, a little potluck at church, or from friends come by. Just throw something together really quickly. And by having a basil plant growing in your yard, you'll feel like you always have it ready to go. And of course, we're so blessed here in California with great produce all year round. So it's not that hard to find good quality tomatoes. Okay, so there's all my little tomatoes. And then I'm going to literally take my messy little fingertips. Can you see that? And I'm just going to scoop the burrata cheese right on top, a little dollop of burrata, right on top of each of the tomato and the basil, little kind of like little boats, little basil boats. And just pinch off some of the burrata, put it on top of there. This is definitely one of those, if your kids like to get their fingers messy, this is such a no-fail recipe. The only challenge at the end is going to be making sure you don't over-season it, really, with your, so good. Don't over-season it. So what you're going to do next is, this is just balsamic vinegar that I reduced. And all you do to make a reduction is put your balsamic, I'll get some out of the cupboard here. Put your balsamic into a pan. Hello, I'm back. This is really liquidy and not very viscous. And if you reduce it, just reduce it by half on a saucepan, and it'll get thicker and more viscous. Can you see how it coats the inside of my little container here? That way when you go to drizzle it, it doesn't puddle and spill a bunch of liquid all over your salad. And so what you do is, I'm just going to hold this up so you can see it a little bit better, okay? And so you just drizzle the balsamic vinegar reduction over each of your little boats. See how it comes out thicker? If you were to do this with just regular balsamic vinegar, it would pour all over and it wouldn't be as pretty. But can you see how pretty that ends up looking? Yay! And so you take that. I always put the balsamic on and then the olive oil. Now with the olive oil, this is just extra virgin olive oil, and that is about a cup inside of there. And I put 12 drops. This is basil essential oil. doTERRA makes an essential oil that is safe to take internally. Of course, it's basil. You can eat basil. And then I'm just going to put my little thumb over the top of this. And I'm going to drizzle some olive oil over the top of that. And it already has a little bit of the basil infused into it. It's not too strong. So good. It just gives this extra little flavor of basil there behind the aroma. And then I have a great pepper mill that I love because it gets a nice fine grind, and I just grind that over the top. Put your salt and pepper on last, and I do like salt and pepper on the caprese salad. And then this is some fleur de sel, just French sea salt. And I just take a little pinch of that and sprinkle it over the top. You can use it whatever salt you like. I like kind of nicer salts that taste really good. That pink Himalayan salt is good. And another one I use is, this is called Premier Pink Salt. Here, can you see that? Premier Pink Salt is a blend of different sea salts, and that can be used as well. And just kind of pretty with the colors. Just put that over the top. And it looks like a lot, but it's not. It tastes really good when you're done. But isn't that beautiful? Yay! So on a hot day like this is in California, I might chill up a bottle of Prosecco and enjoy that with my salad today. Just going to be ice water, no Prosecco for me today. I'm out. But I'll enjoy some ice water with this and have a nice little summery late lunch. I'll be out later on this afternoon at an open house with some friends. So thanks for joining me on this quick little tip on how to make a homemade caprese salad. Hopefully you'll give it a try. And if you want to find me on Facebook, I'm at Wellness Mindset on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. You can follow me there as well. And thanks for joining in and hearing about just super, super simple recipe on how to make a caprese salad. For me, the tip is, the best thing to do is the burrata. Don't make it out of regular cheese. Make it out of the burrata cheese instead. It's a mozzarella cheese. It's creamy in the middle. You can get ovalline mozzarella, which is small little egg-shaped sizes of mozzarella, or you can get the full mozzarella and slice it. If it's in liquid still, it'll taste fine, but if it's that solid wrapped up in a plastic wrap, it's not good. It does not taste good at all. But the burrata, it's a little more expensive, but it tastes amazing. So I'm going to take my little boat. So here's my little Caprese salad boat. Whoop, almost dropped it there. My little Caprese salad boat. And the whole thing goes in your mouth. So make that yourself at home and tell me how you like it. And I'll share more recipes with you later on. Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining me on the broadcast.